Labour Minister Thulas Nxesi has confirmed that Nedlac supports calls for mandatory COVID-19 vaccines in the workplace. It comes just over a week after President Cyril Ramaphosa announced that a task team would look into the legalities of implementing that kind of strategy. Newzroom Afrika's senior politics reporter Ziyanda Ngcobo has more.
The National Economic Development and Labour Council has recommended that workplaces implement mandatory vaccinations once the sector has conducted a risk assessment. Nedlac has also suggested that access to certain venues, especially the hospitality sector, be restricted to vaccinated people only. Labour Minister Thulas Nxesi said all the social partners are doing the necessary legal work to ensure there's fairness and balance in the implementation of mandatory vaccines.
While the social partners believe that vaccine mandates will pass constitutional scrutiny, they support the work of BUSA to get a declarator from the Constitutional Court in the new year. They understand, and it's a quote, they understand that their proposals will be brought to the attention of the National Command Council and other relevant government structures so that the decision can be made speedily to improve the vaccination rate and mitigate the negative impact of the fourth wave. That's end the quote.
Parts of Tuesday's discussions included a presentation from medical experts on the trajectory of the coronavirus, especially the likely trends epidemiologists are tracking with the Omicron variant.
There's a lot that we still don't know, as it already, we keep on mentioning that we don't know about Omicron. But what is getting established is that, as I've mentioned, it is highly transmissible. In fact, we're thinking it is more transmissible than Delta. And secondly, we're seeing that there is a level of immune escape where the Omicron is escaping the immunity that was actually established by previous infection, like natural infections. And that is why we now are seeing an increase in reinfections. People who have had COVID before, they are getting it again. And in fact, even those that have been vaccinated, we are seeing them getting reinfected.
Trade Union Federation COSATU has taken a different stance on this matter.
We want to put quite clear that our view as Labour were opposed to to mandatory vaccination. We don't agree on that one. At least we agree to the ministerial directive that has been agreed and put in Nedlac. And in that ministerial direction, it gives a number of options as how these matters should be dealt with. We don't believe that you need to govern or by regulation, that every time you need to have a social compact with people. The first thing you need to think is to say what law we need to put in place to deal with those issues.
With the economic hubs of the country already within the grips of the COVID-19 fourth wave and the National Coronavirus Command Council expected to meet this week, the approach towards mandatory vaccines has become more urgent than ever in the efforts to prevent the nation from being vulnerable from other variants. Scientists are predicting that the latest wave will last until early 2022, and it's unclear whether the government will be able to convince more South Africans to get vaccinated, making it easier and quicker to implement the economic reconstruction and recovery plan. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Ziyanda Ngcobo in Modderfontein.